AI going to destroy the agency industry? That's a question I've been getting asked quite a bit here lately by people in my community. And in this video, I'm going to answer that question, and I'm going to tell you what you can do about it. Hey, this is Mike Cooch with Services That Scale. I help agencies and other service businesses scale their businesses more profitably by productizing their services and using assets and automation to deliver those services instead of their time and talent. I have a very active community of agency owners that have been asking me lately, is artificial intelligence going to destroy this industry? And this is because of the recent tools that have been released from OpenAI that have been getting tons and tons of attention. And if you haven't played with them yet, you absolutely have to go play with them because it is really eye-opening to see what they can do. And apparently this is just this early version of OpenAI's tools, and here in just the next handful of months, apparently the second version is coming out, which is going to be exponentially more powerful. It is pretty darn mind-blowing and potentially, depending on how you look at it, pretty alarming in a number of different ways. The first thing that I did with OpenAI was just sat down and played with it, and I certainly recommend that everybody does that. If you have not fully experienced even just these introductory tools capabilities, you can't really grasp just how effective it is, and I think that you need to do that to really start to wrap your mind around this. And I think that this is one of those technologies that you need to continue to be on top of it. Stay, hands-on with it, play with the tools as they come out, explore different ways to use them in your business, because it is absolutely groundbreaking technology that probably not since the internet itself have we seen something that's going to so dramatically change how it is that we're going to operate in the world. That's my prediction. So let's get right to the question. Is artificial intelligence going to kill the agency business? And my answer is yes. In a lot of cases, it absolutely is. And let me say in a lot of cases, because when we refer to the agency industry, that's really a term that all kinds of different services get kind of bucketed underneath that agency name. There are all different kinds of agencies and all kinds of different services out there. And if you also include the various marketing freelancers out there and the work that they're doing, the logo designers and the copywriters, and there's just a lot of different types of services that are out there, and they're all going to be impacted by artificial intelligence in some way or another. But let me tell you that the most vulnerable, it's just really completely obvious here from even just this first round of tools that have come out, is that the most vulnerable are going to be any service providers that are doing relatively basic creative tasks. And so what I'm referring to is the copywriter, the logo designer, basic web page design, things like that. Those tasks are all going to get just really destroyed really quickly by artificial intelligence. All right, if you haven't played around with OpenAI yet, let me just give you a quick tour so you can get a sense of what it is that we're dealing with here. So this is OpenAI. This is the name of the company that's developing this artificial intelligence engine and then developing these various applications for people to access that engine. I believe Elon Musk is a co-founder of this company, which is pretty wild to think. And there are some other big names here that are included in this. And it's really just pretty mind-boggling to see. There's a couple of tools here to show you that will give you a real sense of what we're talking about here. This is ChatGPT, and really all you have to do is just type in a sentence here and you'll get the power of it. So let me just run a quick experiment here. I just said, write a 250-word blog post about the benefits of inbound marketing for small businesses. Let's just see what happens. I have not tested this at all with this particular phrase up until this point. This is just completely an experiment. as you can see here, it is cranking out a blog post for me. And whether or not you think that this is a really well-written blog post or an average blog post, I'm going to go ahead and say it's pretty darn good. And with very little effort, I can add my own creative touch to this, put some images in there, maybe put some statistics in there that I think would really add to it, right? So I'm going to go ahead and give it a thumbs up and say it did a nice job. This is how this artificial intelligence engine is learning. But if I didn't like the results, I can hit this regenerate response and it'll give me a different version. Now, let's just say, there's no statistics really in here about inbound marketing. I'd like it to have some statistics. So what are 10 useful statistics about inbound marketing? And you can see here, it is getting me some really nice statistics that I could use in my blog post. So you can see how just very quickly, with very, very little experimentation, you're going to be able to put together some really, really good content really quickly. You can also see the threat to like Google, right? I just asked it for 10 statistics on inbound marketing and it did a really nice job of getting this for me versus going to the Google search engine and having to prowl around a little bit more to try and find that same information. So again, you can very quickly see how powerful this is and why it is going to absolutely eliminate a lot of jobs. And then if you go over to one of their other tools that's getting a lot of attention, it's called Dolly, you can see here, and this creates photorealistic images with just based on sentences that you type in. So just like the sentences I was typing into the other tool, you just do the same thing here and it will create images for you immediately that are 100% created through artificial intelligence. So you can see right here, an impressionist oil painting of sunflowers in a purple vase. All right, so let's see a photorealistic image of a man driving a I don't know, I'm completely winging it here. VW bus near the beach. And let's just see what it comes up with. I've only done one other experiment with Dolly up until this point, and it was pretty wild what it came up with. So you can see here, this is what it's come up with on the first try. And I don't even know, like I put photorealistic, maybe that was the wrong thing to put in here. So, but it's pretty cool. Like if I was just creating some graphics, for something fun, this would be good. Let's see here. Let's do a photo of a surfer driving a Volkswagen, how do you spell it? Volkswagen bus near the beach in Southern California. And let's see what we come up with. Obviously, if you start to let the wheels turn here, wow, so look at this. So this is inside of the beach. It's our surfer dude, right? They give him a little bit of longer hair and made him look a little bit casual looking, and he's driving near the beach. Pretty darn impressive. It's pretty cool. So if I knew how to guide this better, and that will actually be one of the jobs here in the future, is instead of being someone who takes the pictures or designs the logos, it's actually someone who knows how to communicate with the artificial intelligence to guide it to get what they want. So a unicorn, or actually let's do a monkey riding on the back of a unicorn in outer space. So somebody who knows how to guide it. So you can see here, it mentions styles like pixel art, an astronaut lounging in a tropical resort in space, pixel art. So it's telling you, how you can guide it. So obviously I haven't experimented really at all with how to guide this thing, but it's showing me a handful of different versions that I could use to start giving it more direction. It's crazy. I mean, these are completely original images that have just been created like that. And if you go and you look at some of the things that have been created, this is my history, so you can see here I did this guy, picture of a Mexican biker bar guy. I said, you know, hanging out at drinking a bottle of tequila or a shot of tequila and a bottle of beer. It's crazy. Yeah, second tool here that gives you some really good insights into where this is going and what the possibilities are is Dolly. This is, again, one of the apps of OpenAI. These are all images that are created by the artificial intelligence image, all created in nearly no time at all, just by giving written word instruction to the engine to create something for you. So you can see here a Shiba Inu dog wearing a beret and a black turtleneck, and that is what it came up with. A hand palm with a tree growing on top of it. A sunlit indoor lounge area with a pool with clear water and another pool with translucent pastel pink water next to a big something. This is a teddy bear riding a skateboard in Times Square. You get the idea. I can hit this, says try this example. And so I put in a photo of a teddy bear on a skateboard in Times Square, and we're going to see what it comes up with. So these are just some more original images that it just created for me like that. So you can imagine if you're trying to create images for Facebook ads, for a marketing campaign, to go in your blog post, and you need original images instead of, you know, going to a stock photo business, you can come here and have them create something. It is absolutely shocking how powerful this is. There's also versions to create videos from scratch. You can see here again, if you are a person who is responsible for some of these basic creative design work, you're going to be in big trouble. What there will be opportunity for is people who know how to guide the artificial intelligence engine to get specifically what they're looking for. And that will, I'm sure, get easier and easier over time, though, so that even you and I, without much experience, can get what we want. So you can see here, pretty crazy powerful. And again, this is just the early version of this tool. Okay, again, if you're doing basic logo design, image editing, even video creation and video editing, it's just mind-boggling to see what even these first versions of these artificial intelligence tools can do to create an image for you or a video for you or a blog post for you that is incredibly well written in just a matter of seconds with literally almost no effort at all from you. So if you're doing any sort of business where you're relying on those types of services, those types of tasks to be a moneymaker for you, you're in a lot of trouble. You really are, because I can tell you right now that there is thousands of dollars a year already that I spend on copywriting that I absolutely do not need to spend on copywriting anymore. Now, here's what you see immediately anytime you have this conversation right now is there's some, copywriter out there who's so impressed with their magical words that there's no way artificial intelligence could ever replace, the creative touch that I bring to my copy for my clients. Okay. And I say, okay, because it's great that you're very proud of your copy. The far majority of copywriters out there have never actually had their copy really split tested in competitive environments. The far majority of people out there putting together blog posts are decent writers, but nothing exceptional. If you are truly exceptional at what you do, of course, there is always going to be a place. And in fact, those who are truly exceptional at those creative skills, you're probably going to see your rates go up because there's probably going to be an even greater appreciation for real human-produced creative talent versus machines, right? Because machines, it's going to be so easy for artificial intelligence to create this stuff that ultimately we're going to discount it, right? It's going to be like, yeah, but the computer just created that, versus that is actually created by a real living, breathing artist. So those who are exceptional, yes, there's always going to be a place for you. unless you are truly exceptional, unless you can look out in the marketplace and say, I am better than the far majority of people, I command higher rates, I have the respect of customers and peers at a very elevated point in my industry, you probably should not be competing against the artificial intelligence, okay? So, lots of people making money on, Fiverr and some of these other marketplaces and stuff like that, where a lot of that work is just going to be replaced by artificial intelligence here very, very quickly. So what does that leave? Who is going to survive all of this and what to do about it? And here's the deal, particularly for the customers of mine or the prospects of mine that come to me and look at how they can have success selling to small businesses. This is critically important that you understand. And that is that at least not today, not tomorrow, and probably not for some decent amount of time into the future here, artificial intelligence is not going to be able to strategize the complete marketing system and implement the complete marketing system for a business. So if you say, hey, Mr. Small Business Owner, you should have a website, you should have landing pages, you need to have copy, video, images on those things, you need to have follow-up email sequences, you need to have review capture, you need to have online calendaring, you need to have a blog post, all of those things can be done in an integrated system now using a tool like HighLevel, which I'm a huge fan of. That system design is critically important for small businesses, right? Small businesses typically are not designed as a system. It's somebody who is, an operator of their business, and whatever got them into the business in the first place, that's their focus and that's their craft. So if it's a restaurant owner, it's all about the food and the customer service. If it's a plumber, it's about doing plumbing. If it's a roofer, it's about doing roofing. They have not thought through, but what is my business system? What is my marketing system that is going to allow me to grow this business and scale this business? And that's the real opportunity that we have to serve the small businesses, is to say, hey, from an elevated perspective, looking at your business, let's work on it instead of in it. That's my job. And what I'm going to bring to you is a system that's designed with all of these various assets and components and automation to build a complete marketing engine for your business. Artificial intelligence is not going to be doing that anytime soon, and it's not going to be implementing that for businesses anytime soon. Now, when you go to implement that for them, your life just got tremendously easier, because when you say, yeah, we need copy for your website and we need copy for your email follow-up sequences and for that blog post, you can now write those with artificial intelligence just like that. And again, this is only the first version of what OpenAI has released. It's going to be crazy here soon. So your job of implementing that complete system just got a lot easier. So this is actually a major, major win for you. If you are currently just selling kind of one-off services, and particularly those one-off creative services, instead of selling a complete system, I think you're in big trouble, and you really need to take a hard look at your strategy and what you're going to do going forward. Or I think there's just going to be a lot of businesses and a lot of jobs that are made obsolete here very, very quickly by this technology. So I don't mean to sound like doom and gloom, and in fact, I'm not. I think that, man, when I see this artificial intelligence capability, I think, man, this is the best time in history to be an entrepreneur. I mean, it's just crazy what I can launch tomorrow as a business. And pretty soon here, I'm going to need almost no customer support function at my business. I'm going to need very little of that creative talent at my business. I am going to need people that, again, can architect these overall systems and put this stuff together. But they now have much more powerful resources available for them to do that between HighLevel and OpenAI and some of these other tools that are out there. It's an incredible time to be an entrepreneur, but it is not a good time to be standing in the middle of the road of where that AI capability is driving, because you're going to get run over. Okay? So take that complete systems approach. Think about how you use artificial intelligence to execute that for your customers, and your business actually has the opportunity to be more profitable here in the near term because of it when you do, and you will create an opportunity from what's happening with artificial intelligence instead of getting run over. Okay, if I can help you with any of this, I would love to be able to. You're going to see a URL down below here, and down below in the description of this video have all kinds of resources for you to help you grow your business, providing marketing services to small businesses. If that's what you do, I'd love to be able to help. And if you like this video, please comment, please share, please like and subscribe. I appreciate your time and attention. We'll see you on a future video.